Back in 2013, I became aware of a project by Media Molecule called Dreams, and it seemed like they were having a hard time describing to people what exactly Dreams is. And as I tried to tell my friends about it after being excited, I had the same problem. And it's for that reason I've decided to make this video in the hopes of depicting what Dreams is and what it can do, in a way that people will understand. According to Media Molecule, the title will be released as a game that includes the engine that was used to create it. And with this, you will be able to create animations, videos, character designs, scenery generation, logic for games, as well as music.
So one of the first things we built with this was a sculpting tool, and we've been using it for a while now. Once we stopped thinking in terms of memory budgets, schedules, pixels, we forgot about the technology and we just started doodling, just sketching, put that at the heart of our creative process. A really lovely thing happened. We started having real fun making, collaborating, sketching, remaking. It doesn't matter where you start out because you can take a left turn at any time that inspiration strikes and go somewhere even cooler. It's a free-form creative journey that I think of a little bit like cloud watching, except that you can reach in at any time and change and shape it to whatever's in your head. Behind me, you can see a time-lapse of one of our sculpts playing back literally as it was made, because we record every single move that you make. And because it's such a quick and free-form thing, before we knew it at Media Molecule, we had made hundreds of these things. Imagine this multiplied from our tiny staff to the thousands and millions of brilliant PlayStation users online. Every single one of these was made entirely with the Move controller. And it's a kind of performance. You're able to put down your ideas as fast as you can think of them. It's this combination of the PlayStation 4's power with the Move's unique accuracy, which allows us to ditch all of the 2D fiddly camera controls and nasty user interface. It makes 3D sculpting easy for beginners and deep for advanced creators.
This tech demo was designed to show how a character that was pre-rigged with a skeleton could be animated in real time using a Move controller. The X, Y, and Z axis of the character directly correspond to the X, Y, and Z axis of the Move controller, allowing you to puppet the character like a marionette rather than having to dial in coordinates to get it to move in a mechanical way. This way, the animation for the character is much smoother and more natural.
To be creative about how you use the pieces. And the piece itself can be quite simple and basic, so I'll kind of show you what
So you're now just basically using geometric. We have the grid on. Okay.
Yeah, so we've got the the grid tool, which is nice because it doesn't get in your way. So it doesn't. You don't have to configure grid sizes and stuff. All of that. It just lines things up for you.
Anton, the exercise is that Anton gets to design one city using very simple primitives, cutting and adding cylinders and squares and cubes from each other. Using our colors, you can notice as well that the colors are slightly changing using our color tumbling feature.
Side.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. So we'll grab our clone tool, and we'll just make some ground. Wow. And this makes the engine people cry, because basically we've got a bunch of buildings used as ground. But this is cool. So one thing immediately you notice is that you don't get a flat piece of ground, you get these things as well, because that's the way the module is. Yeah. And copy, and have two of them, like you said.
Amazing.
You can have a nice entrance. And the way the grid works is if something doesn't quite line up, you just kind of zoom in, and then the grid accommodates for that. So then you just get, you fix it up.
Love it.
Positionings, I grab this piece, I don't know where it's going to go, and then I think, oh, you know what, this kind of looks like a doorway. Okay, I'll use it as a doorway. Okay, what the shapes it makes are.
That's good. It's much more exciting. Dave actually was saying that the very powerful thing about these features is that you make one decision by because Anton is only controlling one half of one of those sides, and as a result, but getting this very complex design.
Detailed props. But maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
But I mean, Dreams is still in development, so we definitely
Yeah,
try
the
and
thermometer is going
make
to.
the limits as high as they can be.
Yeah. Because we know people are going to make crazy big worlds.
Grey.
I like this floor one. It looks kind of cool.
It's really cool, isn't it?
Oh, that's cool.
Look at that, and you can just. And now I've turned the grid off completely, and we're just going like totally freeform.
John's going free flow. You can't stop him.
Nothing can stop me now.
Big hollows behind those pillars.
I'm getting a real sense of scale.
So there we go. That's cool.
Ooh,
That looks nice.
that's very spacey.
So what I got that. He then. This is when we very first got reciprocal cloning in. He then did that and shrunk it down, and kind of did something like that, and then more like that. You know, you can imagine like.
But isn't that
extrapolating.
amazing?
And in fact, if I put upright mode on, which keeps things upright but allows you to twist them, I think we can get that into a nice angle. In fact, it might even just work nicely on the grid actually.
PS4, including the ability to write your own music, create your own instruments to share with other people for them to write music, to make your own sound effects, and to become a voice actor for your game. So I'm going to give you a very quick demo on how we can make some music, how we can add some music to this level. Assets. So we can search the Dreamiverse, get a back out from that collection, and I can look for filters. This category menu shows me all the things that I can search for in the Dreamiverse. Got characters, sound effects, instruments, music. And now I can, of course, search for particular words that will describe the music. But this is like a feed. It shows me the stuff that's been made most recently, and these funky little icons here represent some songs that have been made. I'm going to get you to choose one with me. This one is called Eye Contact. This one is called the Square Enix song, Sci-Funk. You can hear a little preview of it going over in the Dreamiverse to tell you what's going on. A New Beginning or The Seven Wilds. So what do we reckon? Eye Contact, Square Enix, Sci-Funk. Cool. So I just select that and I've got it at the end of my imp. This is music. Now, just to show you how easy it is to stick music in your level, I'm going to play it and we're away. And just like that, it works. Nothing further needed if you don't want to write music. But today we do. So let's take a deeper look. There's the sci-funk going on in the background. Let's have a look at what that track looks like. Now, my favorite thing about Dreams, above everything else, is that you're doing all of this in one scene. We haven't got to go out to a separate music editor or an animation editor. It's all done in this one scene if you wish. So let's have a look at what this music looks like living in the level. Now you notice that icon there tells me this is actually a timeline. Now timelines exist for animation as well as music and for logic and gameplay. It's a universal component. If I can open up the timeline, this is what they look like. It's a work area. When you start the level running, the line adheres to time. That's what it does. That's an empty one. Used for animations, used for logic, and used for music. So let's delete the empty one and open Sci-Funk. Here we go. That is an complete piece of music, just living here in the level. If I just press play, we can get a deeper look at it. You can see the instruments inside lighting up as they're playing. Funk guitar. Timpani. I want to know what happens here. This looks exciting. MM's upstairs piano. Made in Dreams. Show it all over again. Into sound mode, grab an empty timeline, open that up, oops, and let's look for some instruments to begin writing our music, not just using something else. Now this one here in the middle, this collection in the middle of our instruments collection, I should say actually, this is a bunch of instruments that we put together just for our show today. And it shows a load of the instruments that you can make music with in Dreams. We've got some drum kits, we've got some acoustic keyboards, synth leads, synth bass, some wind, brass, loads and loads of stuff. I'm going to go into this collection here, which shows me some instruments that have a bunch of notes already on it, which gives me a bit of a head start. Here goes a tambourine, add some more, some shakers. Kitchen percussion. Now, as we keep saying, everything is made in dreams. These instruments are made in dreams themselves. Let's just open up my kitchen percussion. That is literally just me hitting some tin cans and some pans just to flesh this out. Right, what should we have, guys? Some tune percussion, some pianos, maybe? Some voice. Okay, so some wind. Vocals are literally endless. You can start with literally any type of audio recording and make your own interesting instruments. And then when you've made your instruments, you can upload them to the Dreamiverse and collaborate with everybody else. And hopefully we'll have loads and loads of really wacky music that's made from all sorts of interesting stuff like this. So yeah, do you think that's good enough for your level? Excellent. Okay, I'm going to set this timeline to loop so it will never stop. Because that's exactly what this needs. Endless meows. And I can close this down and go straight back into play mode. And we've made some music for our level. I just jumped him. Great, so that gives you a glimpse as to how you can make music in Dreams, and hopefully we're going to show you loads more about this in the future, tuning into our tutorials and Twitch streams. And yeah, we can't wait to show you more.
One of the features in the game that will allow for possibly endless hours of entertainment is that all of the dreams or worlds that people create will be connected almost seamlessly through the PlayStation Network, wherein you can travel from dream to dream, hour after hour, from any creator around the world that has allowed access to their dream. And with the addition of VR, it will almost be like traveling through dreams, literally, endlessly, with new content being generated globally every minute.
Am I dreaming, or am I awake?
Francis, you think the Thornbeak's around here?
The old fears, they still haunt me.
Hold on, Lancewing! We're coming!
That I'm on a train to nowhere.
You are the driver, sir.
When I awake, will I face the worst parts of myself? I need to listen to that quiet voice calling me. That need to make something again. We'll make it. Me and you.
The game and engine are still under development and have undergone many different iterations of the control interface and graphics engine. But with any luck, it will be out soon and we'll get to see exactly what can be created in the world of dreams. I feel that Media Molecule is offering the world a gift that will change the way people approach digital content creation from every aspect from now on. It's going to revolutionize what we now know as the creative process.